What's going on, people? Welcome back. Happy Friday to everybody. I know people are just getting started to pop in, so I'll give it a bit before we get started, but I'm just working on the some testing. I'm done coding this game. I gotta walk away. I need to give the publisher some room to just do their job, and we're at the point now where we have to get this thing out. So yeah, I got shaved. I had to shave a little bit. My wife hates it, but it is what it is. Anyways, we're going to be doing some testing as usual, and there have been a few updates that are going to be coming out. You guys that are probably here already know it, because a lot of you guys who come here are part of the beta team, so you guys are familiar with all this already. And while we're waiting for a few people to get in here, I'm gonna just check one thing, and then we'll get started. If you have any questions or anything you want to go over, I can kind of, right now I can share with you guys what's going to be on this update. I'm not going to release it until I'm done doing some testing, so hang tight if you're waiting for it to come out. But I can show you the preview of it here, so you can kind of see what we're doing. Yeah, so here's the, let me go back to this left screen here. I wonder if it should, let's see, primary monitor, it should pick up. Oh, I see. I see what's happening, so I can take all this stuff off. All right, if we go to the left monitor here, you guys can see, and just drop me there. You can see that the patch details. This is what's going to be in the patch. It's all ready to go. It's just a matter of hitting it and putting it live. So what's going on, Doorman and Klep? All right, so yeah, no more coding. We're done coding, man. There are games that come out every single year and give people the same game and charge every year for it, and we haven't done that. I probably should be doing that. I probably should be doing that, but you know, I am trying to go the model of Super Mega Baseball and putting out the best game I can, and then waiting, you know, a couple years, however long it takes for me to actually get to the point where I think it makes sense to release another one. And I mean, I don't like the model, the yearly release model. I think it's horrible. I especially when you're an indie, because how much work can you really get done in a year? And I know guys that do it, and you know, it's if it works for them, fine. And I mean, financially, it probably makes more sense to do that. I don't know. I think that if you build a better game and you give people a quality product, then I think the game will do better financially. So I don't think it's necessarily going to win if you do it yearly. That's just my thought process. I did update the internal patch notes link, so that should work. We can test it right now, actually, and I can see if it works for me. You guys can't see it yet because you guys don't have access to it, but if I go down here and do it, then it should bring up this same exact page I'm on now. Actually, that's weird. I swear I did it. So I don't know why it's going to there. Unless I didn't get the latest update. Let me see what update I'm on right now. Oh, I didn't get it. So that's because I'm not on the beta. All right, give me a second. I gotta go to Steam and grab the beta real quick. Just give me a second. We're gonna go through a couple things before we get started, but I'm on the public branch. That's why. But I'm pretty sure I did it, so you guys can't see it like I said, so um I need to do one thing real quick. So yeah, we're going to be doing some testing of the latest patch. I want to go over the notes real quick, like I mentioned, and then we will just do a few things. I want to try a few things out. I want to sim a couple of seasons. I also want to see how the game's playing with the new updates. And there we go. So I should be good now. I should have the latest now. And we should be getting rolling. All right, now if I go to patch notes, it will take me to, right, doesn't exist, right. But it actually does exist, you guys just can't see it yet. So that's all. All right, so we're good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a look at the notes just so you guys can see a preview of what's coming, and then we'll get started with some testing. So we did a few fixes. There were a few things I saw in the last play test that I noticed that I wasn't happy with. The players facing different directions, like when we were on the punt, we were punting and our blockers, our halfbacks and fullbacks in the bottom, they were facing west. So I didn't like that. I know that broke because I was trying to fix the way players kind of rotate around, but I think I did too much. I went overboard and I did too many changes, and then it broke the way people face. And basically, to kind of give you an idea of what I'm saying, there's code that says you need to run to this spot, and when you reach your destination and you get there, then I also put a face direction. What direction do you want to face in? And if you're on defense, I want you to face south a lot of times, right? I want you to face down because you're on the top half of the screen. So I'll tell you to face south, but I was worried that was causing issues with flipping around and constantly facing south and going back north if you're running north. But that's only really an issue with blockers that I found that had a problem with their code there. So long story short is I had broken that, and I said, face whatever direction you're facing. Don't face like north or south as a default. And that's what broke those blockers and things that we were seeing. I saw somebody on defense facing a different direction. I'm like, what are they doing? So what's behind me is an arcade, a pretty badass arcade system actually. It's an Egret 2, and what's cool about that one, I haven't never done a video on it, and I would love to one day, and I'd love to play it more. I never get to play it, and I would love to play it. It's old, so it has you could put whatever you want inside of it, but I put a Neo Geo in there, and I have, I don't know, like 20 games, MVS carts that I bought, and I collect them, I guess. And for me, it's a way to just play some old pixel style games from back in the day. But the cool thing about that arcade is that it actually rotates vertically. So it's easy to rotate it actually. You like push a couple levers and it turns and it rotates vertically. So if you want to play a top-down game, you can do that very easily with that one. So that is what is behind me. What's going on, Gerald? As far as the porting, I'm going to help them as needed. I made all of these changes over the past month that they were not expecting. And so it's going to be probably a good week that we have to push through and get those into the latest build. And the reason why it's actually more difficult than you would think is because I'm on an older version of Game Maker for the PC. So the PC's on a version that is totally different. Like literally, they blew up the entire engine, the Game Maker engine. And so when you look at, even if you took my code and didn't touch it and upgraded to the latest version, everything changed. So like if you look at a comparison between the two in any kind of version control software, and we use Git, it looks like everything changed, even if you didn't make one change. So we have to navigate through that. And that's been the kind of the issue with me even starting Legend Bowl 2. So I just got a couple of, pieces of feedback that the AI wasn't working the best. And I just was getting bored of not working on it. So I went ahead and just went crazy and worked on it. So that's why we are where we are. And so what? Yeah. So this is the patch notes, guys. So we fixed the facing direction for the players. We added 5 brand new rosters, which I did a video on that yesterday. So go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. And that was a community driven thing from the beta team. We have, those new rosters can be restored, which is part of the thing. At first I thought when I would add them, I thought that they would just get lost. So I wanted to add code in that said, whenever you reset all of the stuff back to default, you'll also get those files back. So those are going to be included in the game and stick with you if you need them to be restored. And that's really for consoles to get a quick way to get rosters. On PC, you guys can do what you want for those that know how to do modding. And then we also tuned the fantasy points because we weren't seeing like linemen with sacks. We weren't seeing those guys get defensive player of the year. We were seeing a lot of cornerbacks and maybe some linebackers. It was really heavily tilted towards tackles. So we did that and then fixed the sim engine had an issue where basically it was giving the majority of tackles to your best tackler. But it would basically grab only players that were greater than an 80 skill. So if you had a bad defense, and I think the Empires were one of them, they had a guy that the only guy on there was an 84 and the rest were under 80. So he was getting all the tackles. And then when you look at the defensive player of the year, he would win and he would have like double the tackles as compared to anybody else in the league. And he was like an 84. And you're like, why is he winning? So that was a bug in there I fixed. I reduced the tip catches for the, whenever a ball gets tipped, I felt like the catch rate was a little bit high. So I reduced that a tad. Fixed the timeout issue with AI. Reduced the fumble chances for the AI when they're gassed because AI does not know how to run out of bounds to save time. So it was kind of a compromise. So when the AI is playing, if they get gassed, what's going on, BB? They won't fumble as often as we will. If you're a human and you're gassed and you get hit, you're gonna get the same fumble you had before. And then the last one there is we added defender shoulder tackle. They actually do something more than just feel like you did a big hit. I thought that I already had this in the game, but I couldn't find it. And View on the beta team, he brought it up and was asking, what does it do? And I couldn't find anything that it did. So I'm like, let me fix it. Let me add something. So what happens now is when you do a hard tackle, like a truck stick where you click in the right stick, you will increase the chance of an injury on the ball carrier and also increase the fumble chance. So that's what's coming, and we're gonna play. Yeah, the Egret 2 is bad, man. It's really awesome, but these are old machines and they can crap out on you, and they can really break down if you're not careful with them. So it's one of those things that it's cool, it's more nostalgic, but at the end of the day, it's something that I just love, and I want to play it more often. I just don't really have the time or have made the time for it. So yeah, so let's get started. So let me pop back over to my wide view here. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep it like this for just a little bit, and then I wanna do a couple of tests. So the first thing I wanna do is just show you real quick the roster data. So if you go into load, you're gonna see these new rosters in here. I showed you guys that yesterday. If I clear these out, now if I delete them, they should be going away. So this is odd. I wonder if it's the cloud sync kicking in, because they should be. Oh, wait a second. I think I know why it's not deleting, because the game can't delete from the Steam folder. So I put them in the Steam folder, but that's actually not. Let me do this. If I do a reset, yeah, I have cloud sync turned off. So let me see if that does it. Yeah, see, so what I need to do actually, this is going to be interesting. Because here's the thing, not to get too complicated with it, but here's the thing, and I guess I can just draw this up, and I'm already getting complicated with it. I don't want to go through it too much here, but let's just draw this up real quick. So where's my my little pen thing here? Here we go. So here's the way it works. It's confusing. So you have two folders, right? You have the Steam folder, Steam, and then you have your local, right? I added these files to the Steam folder. Problem with the Steam folder is you can't delete from them, right? So what happens is when you the reason why I added them here is because I want them to be included in your list of files from the get-go, right? But these files are coming from the custom rosters, right? So it's coming from custom and then rosters, right? But the custom rosters folder is actually in Steam. I have that in Steam also. So what I did is I put that in here. So now when it tries to delete, it's not going to delete them. So what I need to do is take them out of the Steam folder here. And I do have them somewhere else in Steam in the main data folder, so I can restore them easily. But this is more of the behind the scenes minutia that you guys really probably don't care about. But the bottom line is that I need to do a new build, because what I need to do is a one-time copy over to your local when you first into this folder here in your local on this side when you first download the update, because then at that point is when you can delete them. So for now, just know that these will be able to be deleted, because I don't want people to be cluttered up with these rosters. If they don't want them, then I'd rather them not have them. So we're gonna have to do that. Yeah. So the Steam folder, the whole Steam folder thing and local is it was very confusing for me. And if you're working with Game Maker, it's very important that you learn how all that stuff works, because the Steam folder is like when you go into Steam and you when you check the integrity of your game, it checks that Steam folder files and it will restore them depending on what you see in there. Maybe it just replaces them all. I don't know, but that Steam repository there, that Steam folder is really off limits. You cannot save to it. You cannot delete it. It is something that is basically protected, and anything that you save. So when you go in the game and you save your franchise, or you save a roster, or you save anything like that, it actually saves in your own local folder. So you guys never want to touch your Steam, right? If I went into Steam right now and I pulled these files out manually, then I would be able to do what I'm trying to do here, right? So anyway, it's just a side thing, and I was just surprised I couldn't delete them. So anyways, so whatever. But they work. This all I can load these. If I want to load any of these, I can do that very easily, and they will load up. If I want to load another one, I can do that, and now it becomes my loaded one. What I wanted to do though, I want to reset the data, which, like I said, you're not going to feel that really because I can't delete. So I was going to show you if I delete those files and I do a reset, they come back, but that's minor. If we do a brand new franchise and we do a quick sim of the season, and it doesn't take long, we'll just have to sit here for a second, but as it's going through, let me turn this off so we don't get hit by all this noise. I want to see what the defensive player of the year is. Now this is what the pass rush one I did. I loaded that in here, and I just want to see how that results in the yearly awards. But if you guys have any questions or anything, obviously hit me up. You know, I'm here. This is a very relaxed stream, and I'm just trying to get the stuff out of the way so we can publish it and we can move on. And the next step is really get this thing off the ground and get it into the consoles for good. I mean, we've already been working on it for a little while. We've had a couple things we had to work out with Game Maker. There were a few bugs that we were trying to get them to fix, and I think that they did fix them. So we have to go ahead and add those in. We have to add in the latest changes that we've been making. But you guys know the deal. You guys know what's going on. All you guys in here are from the beta, so. You can't do that, Corey. I mean, Corey, the way that it works, like I said, it's kind of complicated, but the game checks your local first, and if the files are in there, then it's looking at those files. If they're not in there, it goes to Steam. Okay, so now that that's done, let's take a look. And so what happens is, because it does that, like right now, you're gonna see if I let me do this. I'll show you guys. If I go into my local, you're gonna see those files in there now because I actually I restored, right? I did a reset, right? So if I go to my local and I check custom, they're all in here, and they were just added right now 2 minutes ago, right? But if I were to delete them, my game still will go into, I think it's going to check both folders, right? It'll go into the Steam folder, and it will actually find it from Steam, and it will, I don't know where that folder is without looking at the properties, but it'll look it in there. It'll find it in there. So Steam can't be deleted. So when you delete your local, it's still going to see Steam. So that's the problem that we're having, but it's not a big deal. It's just, I just figured out what the problem was when I got in. So in this case, the linebacker was the winner. Let's take a look at the actual stats here. This is what I was doing yesterday. I was trying to get the sacks up because we've increased that. If you look at the yards, they're not bad. I mean, I'm only playing, I think it's 9-minute sim quarters. And let's take a look at the defense here. So total tackles, we got 85. And you're going to see these guys are going to be good players for the most part. You know, that guy was an 81. This guy's a 91, 91. And you want variety too. You don't want them to all be 90s just because they're 90s, they're going to be the best. No, you want to see some 81s. You want to see guys that aren't the best that somehow, you know, had a good year, right? And if you look at sacks, we're probably going to have, yeah, anywhere from 10 to 15 is what I was seeing before. And this guy's a beast. Freddie Blanco. He's a 99 and he had 10 sacks. This guy's a 76. He got 10 sacks. So good for him. 84, 81, 81. So, you know, just because you're the best player, I like this variety here. I don't want the best players to all get the top sacks. But what's cool about it is if you look at the actual fantasy points, the first guy is a cornerback, then it goes to a linebacker, then you're at a defensive end. So you're within, what, 23 points of the top guy. So this guy could have easily won Defensive Player of the Year, right? Another CB, linebacker, defensive end. So there's more variety now with this, and that's great. That's great to see. How much is skill favored in Sim? I mean, it's skill is the major attribute, no matter if you're in Sim or you're on the field. Speed is something that you get on the field, obviously, but the Sim engine looks at all of your attributes, but it definitely weighs more heavily on the skill attribute, that's for sure. Freddie Blanco means those aren't the pass rush rosters. Wait a second. I thought that's what I loaded. Let me see. Let's take a look. Pass rush. That should be loaded. And you're telling me that these aren't your rosters? These are Klep's rosters, right? So these are the rosters that should go into the franchise if you start a new franchise, right? So let's see. Oh, I may have reset. Maybe I reset. I don't know. Maybe I reset before we did that. I forget now. Yeah. Here's your roster. Okay, so if we look at the rosters and we look at the entire league, we look at the defensive players, the top players here. You got Briscoe, Barnett, Core, Maldonado, Lawson, Chowski. So you got some good players in here, but let's just see if we sim another season real quick, how this goes. Yeah, okay. I think we reset before we went into franchise last time, so I think that was just me thinking we had them loaded. Hold on a second. I just saw something that looked kind of weird. What's that? What's this? Why does this helmet look so weird? That's supposed to be like that? Did you guys see that? What is this? Oh, is this one of those color things? Hey, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys. So if you can't stick around, it's cool. We're just doing some play testing. You're not going to miss anything. This is because I bet your helmets are some weird color. And I'm going to check that in a second, but see, I'm always looking at things. I'm crazy here. I'm always trying to see. I'm always trying to find bugs with the game. Yeah, the helmet looks cool. I just didn't know. I didn't really know why I was doing that. Because that can easily be a bug to me, right? But those helmets are not able to really be buggy per se. It's crazy because I saw yesterday that Madden was either the #1 selling game in August or whatever month it was, or sports game. I don't know, but it amazes me how much money they make. So here we go. We got a defensive tackle. He had 8 sacks, 60 tackles. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool to see that you guys are you're gonna start seeing these guys on here. And that was a mishap. That was a problem with the way things were being calculated, so we improved that for sure. Let's take a look at the actual yardages here. They're not bad. They're not bad. And then as far as the defense goes, you got 88 tackles. Yeah, the tackles are a big thing, right? Tackles are a big thing, but then if you look at the sacks, I mean, this guy had 11 sacks. Wow. But he only had 29 tackles, but he could have easily gotten it. But if we take a look at the fantasy points, second guy in the league is a defensive tackle. Got a couple guys in there that are on the D line. So, I mean, you're going to have a mixture, which is cool. I've tested this a bunch. It's going to work. I think it's nice. I think it adds some more flavor to the game. You're going to see the defensive players not all be linebackers and DBs and safeties. You're going to see some tackles in there. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, Madden. Everybody complains about Madden and everybody buys Madden, right? I bought Madden this year because I had that credit. It was hard for me to buy it too because I wasn't sure I wanted to buy it. And the only reason why I bought it is because I had that credit. And I'm a sports guy. So I'm like, let me try it out. And I have a brand new system. And, I'm not opposed. My thing is, I'm not opposed for people buying it. Buy it. But I think it's funny how people complain about it all day long and they hate it and they say it's the worst game in the world. And every single year they buy it. So I don't agree with that. I think that if you like the game, buy it. I don't care if people buy Madden. I really don't. I mean, I watch the NFL. If you're going to boycott Madden, you might as well boycott the NFL because they're both partners in the monopoly that they've basically created, right? So it is what it is. I mean, that's fine, but don't go online every day and be like, oh, Madden's the worst. I hate Madden, and 2K is the best. And then you buy Madden every year. Well, why are you buying Madden if you hate it? That I don't get. If Madden put out a good product, I'd buy it. I mean, I can't. That's the only NFL option we have, right? But what's cool about it, though, is that Madden doesn't really do that well on PC. So I'm really, really curious how this game's going to do. I mean, this game could blow up. I mean, it really could. What's going on, Dalton? Can you play franchise without all the extra stuff like selling hot dogs and attendance? Are you talking Legend Bowl? The only thing with Legend Bowl is you have the facilities, but they don't do anything. I mean, you're not really selling hot dogs. You're just getting bonuses. Yeah, everybody wants to complain about Madden, but they just buy Madden. That's why Sean Wignall, the guy that you know, my buddy, he's making the head coach game. If you watch, he had a video. I don't know if he took it down or not, but it should still be up there. He had a video that he did a post-mortem on his Desktop Dynasties game, and he talks about what people do, and people want Madden. People always want Madden. I mean, this game has a lot of what Madden has, and because people want it. Like, people want, and the NFL really is what they want, and they want franchise, and they want trades. And you don't know how many people ask me all the time, well, can we get trades in the game? Can we do this? Can we do that? And it's like, well, listen, this was supposed to be different for many reasons, right? I did this because of the fact that I want it to be different. I'm going to reset back to the default. I want it to be different, and I also want the game to be unique. And I also only have so many resources, right? I can't build 2K5. That ain't happening. I mean, I'd love to do highlights like Sean's doing for his game. I'd love to find a way to do stuff like that for Legend Bowl 2. But the thing is, there's already a Madden. And the guys who make these 3D games, like Access Football, Modus is making their Maximum Football game. There's other guys that have tried to make games. I get that there's a crowd of people that want next gen 3D football games. I get all that. And I think that there's a chance that you could probably, you know, get some of those customers, right? But you can't compete with Madden. The NFL license alone is going to beat you, right? If I had the same exact game as Madden, but a little bit better, and I didn't have the NFL license, well, good luck, right? If I didn't have the marketing and the NFL branding and the budgets that are behind Madden, but I made a great game, it's still going to be hard for you to get out of the shadow of Madden. It really is. I mean, if it wasn't hard, then why isn't 2K doing it, right? So the way that I feel is, I made a game that has nothing to do with Madden. You can buy this game and still own Madden and not feel like you just bought the same product twice. That's how I feel. I feel like this game is totally different, you know, and it's a great game in its own way. It has things about it that are unique, right? The graphics are the big one. And then you have the fact that you can customize every team. You have pixel art is awesome. And there's not games that do this kind of customization with pixel art. It's just very hard to deal with. And to pull it off and make it all work, and you know, it's just a lot. So anyways, the reason why I brought it up is because I say to myself, okay, wait a second. If Madden can do all of this, right? If Madden can make all of this money, they don't do well on PC, right? I say to myself, I'm gonna actually play with the hats on and the helmets off just for fun. And I'm gonna do a little bit of gameplay here. Do you guys want me to load up one of these rosters and do a little bit of gameplay with those? I don't know, man. I'm really curious to find out what it's gonna do on consoles, because if you look at Madden, they have like, I don't even know, like 600 reviews right now on Steam. 600. That game is making millions and millions of dollars. So, hey, if we can get a little bit of that, I'd love to. I would love to. You guys want to play one of these rosters? Get it off my chest. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Madden. I'm not hating. I'm over it. It's been so long. I wish that we had more options. And look what I did. Like, I did this in large part because I wanted I wanted another football option. And I didn't just want a lesser version of Madden, right? I didn't want something that was totally, you know, indie, like very raw, limited stuff in a Madden clone. I don't want that. That's not going to work, right? APF is the best game on the field that I've ever played, but it didn't have franchise. It didn't have the customization. It's also like 15 years old. And that's like centuries when it comes to technology. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you have to be different, Chucky. You have to be different because you're not going to be able to play against Madden, right? You want me to run the old school cool? Okay. Let's take a look at this roster real quick before I... Oh, so this is the old school, This is what you want me to play? You know, but the thing is that it's... the game is still going to be fully customizable. You're going to be able to do everything that you guys do. The only thing is going to be the logos and the end zones, like the field stuff that you guys do. But really, 95% of it is going to be still in consoles. And I don't know, man. Like, I love the Legend Bowl universe. Like, I've grown to love it. I've grown to want to play the game with the teams that come with the game, right? That's what I want to do. That's Gunder's roster, the old school. Okay, so then we'll roll with this one. Let's pick a team that's decent. Let's see what they look like. Ah, quarterback is trash. But why is Reich starting in front of him? I guess he's got a higher overall, but his skill is no good. His strength is a lot better, though. Let's try these teams out. B. Smith.
Y'all in for a good one today. Oh, look. You guys look like you can't do.
I want to see how the fumbles and the injuries, how that's changed, the tip catches. I'm curious about all that stuff. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Let me change the graphics here because I think they're a little too high for my taste. And you know, it's so cool that you can play without helmets. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel. Why are they calling 2 goal line plays? That has to be the 2 plays that come out random. But even then, why? I don't think it should be giving me those, but maybe I'm wrong. There's been so many changes. Yeah, I know, right? But why I'm curious about it though, View, is I want to see if the AI does shoulder tackles, because if they're doing them and they can pull them off, then we're going to see some extra stuff here. I did it right there. Let's see if I got that for real. Yeah, no, I did it. It's not that hard to do it. And the increase that you get in fumble chance and injury is not huge. It's not like you're going to be, guaranteed to get them. So wow, that's a good kick, but not good enough. So what's so great about this roster? Like what am I going to be expecting here? I'm going to try to do some running. Oh God, I got stuck. Oh gosh. That guy's power, that guy's like throw meter, Fred Reich. His throw meter was crazy fast. Okay, well that didn't work. Just go, bounce. Ah. One thing I want to ask my publisher about is the field, like the actual stadium, the seats and everything. That's a huge texture that I'd like to, I think they're compressing it. They're doing something with it, whether you cut it up into tiles or you do something else, because that does add cost to the game, right? Why couldn't I be that guy? Come on, Dorsey, slow down. All right, well, here we go. I was trying to pick up this dude. I was trying to like switch to him, but it wouldn't let me. Okay, so it mimics the games in the 80s. Okay. They're doing that. They're doing that, Corey. They're running all of the logos and all the art through that. But the thing is, the stadium itself, I'm wondering if it might even be worth it to cut it up, slice it up, to make it even better. I'll let that go. Ah, try to let it go out of bounds. What happened? Where's that guy going? Where's that guy going? That I didn't like. What was that? This dude just ran all the way down to the bottom. Was this him? Yeah, look at this guy. I wonder. See, that's a problem. So I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna look at it because I don't see why he would do that. It's weird. I guess he's looking for a blocker or a defender to block. He doesn't find one, so he came all the way down here. That's a problem. That should not happen. So I need to look at the code and find out why that's happening. So this is why we're play testing. Oh my God, I almost got hit there. That guy's last name is Cripps. I love that name, Mo Cripps. That's a cool name. I swear I threw to another guy. That was not the guy I wanted to throw to. Oh, good. Even with a missed throw, we got it. This quarterback's not good, so we're gonna probably have some problems throwing with him. Try to do a run. Oh wow, this guy's fast. Nash shook them with just the joystick. Get off me, bro. See, this is the problem though. Like I can't keep fixing things, but that right there is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm gonna take a look at the code and find out. But you know, I could keep tweaking this game for 25 years. You see a typo? Where? Let us know. We'll fix it. That's easy. Oh my God, his meter is really quick. I mean, 75 skill. I almost want to put this guy in. Yeah, where's that typo, Stragum? We need to find out where that is. These quarterbacks suck. Thought I saw something there. That's a good kick. Oh, he still got to it. Nice. Oh, typo in the patch notes. Got it. That's easy. No, I want to look at the kick return one. I just don't know what that is. It's probably something I'm... Oh, you got to grab that, man. We almost had that ball. Is it hard to code multiplayer? Yes. Yes, and there's a lot of money that comes behind it too. You need to get servers, and you need to do a whole bunch of stuff to make that work. Yeah, but Corey, I mean, Klep, we can't make the game perfect. Look at Madden. Madden's the best-selling game, and it has gameplay bugs all over the place. I'm gonna check that one because I have problems, and I'm gonna look at it real quick, and I should just let it go. But I want to check it to make sure I didn't break anything because I just touched that. But I also need to stop. I can't do this anymore. Oh, let's go. Because I can work on this game for infinity, man. I can do it forever, and it's never going to be perfect. And they're still going to complain. They're going to, just like right there, he just complained. He basically, there's no multiplayer, right? So, okay, someone's going to complain about that. That's for sure. Everyone's going to complain about something. So, the problem is, I don't care about complaints. I care about, are people buying it and playing it? And the game plays well enough where I don't think there should be a lot of complaints anyways. Jesus. But yeah, multiplayer is something that if the game makes millions of dollars, I will add it. That's how much money you're going to need. Millions. It's not cheap to do that. Not with a football game. And not on consoles. That's for sure. I was like scared to make a move. No, I know you're not complaining, John. I'm just telling you that people will complain. You're not complaining. I get it, but you're bringing up something that people are going to be asking for. Oh, let's go. Nice. That was a good catch. Gotta see that again. And that guy went for the dive tackle something. You're late, Sean. We were ranting about you. And you know what's funny is that, like, the biggest problem that we have as indie developers is, let me just see that real quick. Isn't that weird? His hat like moves, or that's his hair or something there. Look at this. This are the things that I look at. How stupid I am. I'm looking at this guy's, look at that dot in his head. What is that dot? Is that a hat issue? And why is it moving like that? These are the dumb things I look at. I'm just curious what that is. It's not even a big deal at all. I just wondering what that is. See, and you look at that one, that's another kickoff, right? No issues there. So I wonder why that happened. You know, if it's a one-off thing that never really, you don't see often, then that's fine. But I will take a look at that. Yeah, but if it's his hair, why wouldn't you, like, why would it be in front of the hat? That's weird. No, I was just talking about Madden, Sean, and how Madden is the #1 selling game. I think the #1 selling game, not just football game. There's only one football game, right? So you're talking about the kick return issue. You're seeing that a lot more than just once in a while. Oh, okay. So it must just be part of the animation. All good. I'm not worried about it. Ah, well, you got to get that. I'm not kidding when I say this game is pretty awesome. I don't even talk about this game like that, but I should. I should be sitting here telling everybody in the world this game is the best football game ever made. Because why not? Why not? I mean, there are people that buy games that are much worse, and those companies tout their games to be the best. That's what you do. When you go to an interview, you don't say, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm mediocre. I'm average. I'm a little bit below average." No, you say, "I'm the best. I'm the best. The best candidate you're going to get." Right? That sack attempt was me trying to just rush him. Oh, good block. Let's go. Keep blocking. These rosters feel pretty good, I'll be honest. The speed feels faster. Yeah, you got to sell it to the moon, right? You need to sell it because what does Madden do? Madden puts out all these videos, Field Sense. Like they spend so much money on marketing the game. Okay, so he caught a tip pass there, so they're still catching him. Yeah, I mean, whenever I've done interviews, I'm very honest. Like, I'm too honest. Like, I might, you know, you want to talk a good game. If they ask you for an experience, you know, or some kind of time when you had a disgruntled employee or customer or a situation where you had a deadline and, you know, you weren't going to meet it. What do you do? All those what if questions to test your critical thinking and how you basically make decisions when things aren't going perfectly. And I might, you know, when those questions come up, I may I may, I gotta focus real quick. I may exaggerate at times just a little bit, but it's never lies. Like, it's never just complete lies, ever, right? And you always want to sell yourself, but I'm always very honest with what I can do, because what I've always thought to myself too is like, I don't want to get into a job where they think I know all this stuff that I don't know, right? Or they think I'm some great employee and this awesome, you know-it-all guy. And there is no, and I personally don't like know-it-alls. I don't like people that think that they know everything. So but the thing is, when you're selling a product or a service, you really kind of have to be like salesmen, like car salesmen, especially like when you buy cheaper cars. They're so, that was a bad throw. They talk so much and they try to throw it all in your face and act like this is the best deal ever, best car ever. You know, why aren't you buying it? They just try to make that, they just sound so stupid and so ignorant. And I've always hated that about people. I want the truth. I want things to be said in an honest way. And, you know, but the good guys always finish last, right? And I'm not saying Madden is like blatantly lying to everybody, but, you know, they're not going to sit here and say their game is trash. They're not going to sit here and show you they're not going to show you a trailer that has bugs all over it. No, why would they? Just like when you look at a McDonald's commercial and you see a Big Mac and it looks like, or Chipotle, or any of those restaurants that have those commercials, you're going to see, I eat Chipotle quite a bit, and I've never seen a bowl that I get at Chipotle or a burrito ever look like what it looks like on TV, right? So it's all part of marketing. I mean, it's part of business. I should be saying this is the best football game out, period. Why not? Why not? And I'm not saying it because, you know, I'm trying to just be arrogant about it. No, I'm just saying because it's pretty good. And you want people to buy into the game. What? So, whatever. I love that guy's last name. That's a cool name. Chipotle is pretty good, but Chipotle, the problem I have with Chipotle is you have to like micromanage the guys that are, uh-oh, somebody went down. You have to micromanage the guys that are making, the people that are making your food, because they try to push you through that line and they just slap whatever they want in there and it never turns out the right way. You forget what, they push you through sometimes. Like if you have an order when you're ordering for 3 or 4 people, they push you through that line so fast, you forget half the time what you're even ordering. And they ask you like 5,000 questions while you're still like, it's so weird. They hire some interesting people there, I can tell you that much. Well, I was all over that play. I blew up that play. It was a great play. Give me that ball. You can play defense in this game on your own, baby. I did that all on my own right there. That was all user control. So you can do it. You can control things in this game. Thanks, man. PBU. Somebody get this guy. Oh my God. They're killing me, man. Dallas. This is like the Super Bowl all over again. I don't want to see that. I'm playing on veteran too, I think. What is up with how much is this? What is up? How much is this game right now on Steam? It is 20, I think it's $24.99. 25, there you go. It goes on sale every once in a while, but not right now. Gosh. And it's well worth $25. That's a fact. I don't need to lie about that. Somebody blocked him. Come on. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not seeing anything crazy happening with injuries or interception or fumbles. Oh. Yeah, go buy Madden and spend $70 on just Madden before you even get into any of the MUT or their collection packages and stuff like that. Please. It's super expensive. And you can have just as much fun, if not more, for less than half the price. Actually, almost a third of the price. All right, come on. Ooh. What did the OLB just do where? What OLB? See, Klepp, you're a maniac. You see things like I do. Or was it a previous play? I don't see anything going on with the linebackers here. I'm throwing a lot, I know. The computer mostly dives anyways. They dive tackle for the most part. What happened with him though? What happened with the linebacker? It's not, and you know what's funny about it is, why does it even have to be? That's why the point I was making earlier. This game is so different to Madden in so many ways. In so many ways. Why does it have to be Madden or this game? Buy both. Buy both. You know? It shouldn't have to be Madden or this. Actually, they're just two different games. Go buy Madden. And then when you're bored of Madden, buy this. Doesn't matter. This is like pocket change compared to Madden. So, and by the way, when it gets to consoles, it may be $30. I don't know what it's going to be. It may be even more money. So, and we have a publisher now. We may be charging more at that time, which is still a steal. Oh yeah, I think that he's doing that because he's trying to maybe cover. I don't know. This guy should be wide open. Nope. Ah. But could you imagine like how much money Madden makes? And like, I wish this game could make 1% of what Madden makes. Oh my God, I was right there. Right? 30 is a great deal, because another cool thing about it is, you know that when you buy it for 30, that's it. You don't even have to worry about buying any DLC. That's it. Oh my God, that pass was trash. Yeah, this game's not an indie game. This game's a football game. So I'm not comparing it to other indie games, Phenomenal View. I'm just not. It's not. It's not a 2D platformer. And I'm not trying to be cocky about it. It's the truth. This game's not just your basic game. There's a lot more in this game than a regular indie game. Now, it just depends. Like, look at Hades. Hades is probably, what, 20 bucks? Right? 15, 20 bucks? But they have millions and millions of people that probably buy that game. So that's another thing, too. Throw gun. Hey, they're making money on a throw gun. People like those kind of games, I guess. I don't know.
Keep that clock running. Keep that clock running. Let's go. Run, run.
Oh my god, I tried to hit him with the hit stick. It is hard. Way to get him. Way to get him. Hades is $25. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was 20. I know it goes on sale sometimes, though, obviously. I bet it does have a script that huge. Man, this team is torching me. Yeah, this game was meant to be the way it is. I wasn't trying to make it totally like customizable like that. I wish I could. But the thing is even if you change league sizes, like for me, if I did a college version of this game, that would be another mode, right? I wouldn't just say, okay, pick how many teams you want to play with in your league and just do like a cheap way of doing it. I would want to do a full blast college mode, right? These guys are all look at this. Watch this. This is a problem for sure. These guys are all just sitting there in a huddle. Right there. Why were they all just sitting there like that? I know the play's almost over, but these guys should all be running towards a spot. So I need to take a look at that also. Why are they all sitting there? They're all running to one single spot, seems like. So I definitely broke something there. So you fix one thing, you break another. Did they really tell you that, Sean, or are you just making that up? That's, you know, that can't be true. Everybody watches college football. They should know better than that. Is it going to be on the commercial? What commercial? They gathered where the ball was spotted? You gotta behave, Sean. We have millions of dollars counting on this. Millions, I'm talking. Let me ask you guys a question. If you guys were making this game made millions of dollars. Now, you only get a fraction of that, so just keep that in mind. Even if it made $3 million, I think end up getting paid like 1.5. Then you got to take taxes out. Nobody's complaining here. But how much money would you guys, well, if you guys made $1 million, what would you guys do? Would you guys walk away? Would you make another game? Oh, let's go. The game may make $50,000. I have no idea. I'm just curious what you guys would do. Like Super Mega Baseball, they obviously reinvested and they kept making the game bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. It's not. And you got to think, how much money does Madden make? Oh, how much money does Madden make to afford all of their costs? They make billions. I mean, they're making a lot. Trust me. So, you know, you hear the word million and you think to yourself, that's a lot of money. But I agree with you. It's not. It really isn't. Not in today's world. You'd buy land and make earthenware houses. Never even heard of earthenware houses and give them to friends and family. That's funny. I would be content with what I made and probably move on, knowing that I made the game I always wanted. Another game wouldn't be any cheaper. See, the thing about making another game is it's so hard to make money. Yeah, like the chance of making money. Look at Maximum Football, right? Dave walked away, and Dave did make millions. He probably did make $1 million. He walked away. Just from the stress alone, he walked away. I could tell you guys that the last 5 years of my life, even though I've had a great time doing something that I love, it's been hard, right? It hasn't been easy. You know, we're sitting here talking about what the linebacker's doing. You know, that's where this game is at. What's this one player doing, right? It's come a long way. Yeah, that's GTA for you, though. GTA can do that. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I say I want to work on Legend Bowl, but I'm not 20 years old either, you know, right? I don't have some of the timelines that people have. And trust me, $1 million is not gonna, I can't retire off of that. But I'm just so curious what it's gonna do, because man, there's a possibility that it could do pretty well, like a lot better than that, to be honest. Like, sports games don't do that well on PC, and it's doing decently, right? I just hate talking about it. It's been so long. I'm dying just to see what it can do. But the only way we're gonna know, or the only way it's gonna do well, is if people can actually see it and people want to play it. I don't know. I think it's a great game. I have fun with it, but that's me. I don't know the exact count of logos in the game, but there's enough to keep you busy. Enjoy the ride, right? Wow, I do not know how I threw that ball. I got pushed as I'm throwing it. Look at that. Zzz. I slid. That's funny. I have never seen that before. That's pretty cool. And he still got it in a perfect window. That was a great pass. I mean, that right there, that's trailer stuff right there, guys. I mean, you tell me that's not trailer stuff? Punk. I mean, I know it doesn't look the best that he slides like that, but that's a pretty damn nice pass. Thank you. Don't forget that people are going to complain about the fact that there's not a lot of penalties in the game. They're going to be like, oh, no penalties. It's not real. But that's the cool thing about this game. Please make it. Oh, that was close. Yeah, it was microseconds because I've never seen that before. That's the one cool thing about this game is that I don't even care if there are penalties. Like, I don't even feel like the game is totally like broken or missing things because it doesn't have any like all the penalties. Like, really? I don't even think about it because it's not NFL. It's not simulation like that. You know, it's not a pure simulation game. I think of it as an awesome, fun arcade game. Simcade, right? Actually, some may argue that the penalties would make it worse, right? There are people that want no penalties. And all those holding penalties that you get in games and false start penalties, I swear every time a game does do that, I'm like, whatever. Well, I didn't see a lot of, I mean, we saw some fumbles, right? I think we saw at least one, right? We saw some interceptions. Player of the game's got to be their running back. Yeah, I was going to say. He broke away on some big runs. But I threw 2 interceptions. I threw one, they threw one, and then there's a fumble that happened. I think it was my quarterback that fumbled too. We may not get that. But if you look at, maybe it's rushing. Right here. Yeah, here we go. So those are, I think, all of the turnovers in the game. All right, well, I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. I think I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go look at the kickoff blocking issue that I saw, and then if I make a tweak, I make a tweak. But other than that, I think we're ready to roll. I need to also fix the whole file system thing with the rosters, but I think we're looking good. So I'll let you go, and we'll do it again soon. But we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the consoles. I'm looking forward to that happening. And thanks to you guys all on the beta team for helping me out. You guys have been a great help. And let's see what this game does. I mean, I'm excited to see it in people's hands. And it's not in that many people's hands right now. I'm talking, let's really get it out there and get it to people and hope we can get there. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.
Ready.